Welcome back, folks, to our second period of play here at the Howard Rink in Middletown, Rhode Island. For your Salve Seahawks against the Elmira College Soaring Eagles. 2-0 lead for the Seahawks, who are up on the power play here early in the second period. But some sustained offensive zone pressure here from Smith is the Elmira forechecker.
Yeah, and this could be a huge goal for Salve if they can deliver on the power play.
Big lead to go up 3. 2-goal lead is historically the worst in hockey, so we'll see if they can get
Everyone
it up
says
here.
that, yeah.
A little bit of pressure here from Elmira behind the Salve boards as we're starting off a bit slower this second period, it seems like. Both teams looking to get a read on where the other's at to start our second frame. Sarah Bush here looking to get a clean breakout. That one's supposed to go to Regina Richard, who seems to be a little frustrated. And that one's back behind the Salve net here. Losing her footing with Schmidt here as that one's going to be corralled by Matson. She's going to look to fire one. Big shot here on Taylor Hannafin, and that one's swallowed up by Salve.
Yeah, and almost a really good scoring opportunity. Would have been huge for Elmira, shorthanded goal, but Hannafin brick wall in the net.
She's been good so far today. Elmira looking to hopefully at least get one early in this second period. Shorthanded would be even better. Bit of a scrum here in the corner as that one's going to dish off to the slot of the Salve defensive zone as Pereira corrals here. She's going to dish that one off to her sister, Reese. She's going to push that one up to bring Gardner. And she's going to get it deep in the zone here. Sophie Gregory looking to get that one out of the Elmira zone, but that one's gloved down by Pereira, who dishes it off to Reese Pereira. And it's back behind the net here. It looks like Doherty in a foot race with Bryn Gardner here. Bryn Gardner potentially looking for a point shot, but not quite able to get one as Elmira is going to go for a bit of a change. Here's Pereira behind the net. This is Emma Pereira working it up here. She's going to look to dish that one off to another Salve shirt, but she has open ice and she's going to take it. Deep
And
in the
back
zone
to even
here.
strength here. So Elmira survives the power play.
Good stuff there from Elmira as they would hate to go down 3-0 early in this second. Could seriously change the tide for the rest of this game. Here's Clark working behind the net here. Looks like Salve's third forward unit. That's Dermody Corral. She's going to throw that one to the point to Pacala, who dishes that one deep back in the zone. It's Doherty looking at Corral. She's going to throw that one up the wall. A little back and forth here. Purple, white, as it's Gregory who's going to be able to control it here. A bit of a saucer pass up the wall here to Galoniak. She's going to step over the blue line with some speed. Has a couple purple shirts, but opts to throw it on net herself, just wide of the glove of Taylor Hannafin. That one's back into the slot quickly, looking for McBride, not quite going to go. And it's Drummond who's going to corral it behind her net here. Drummond over to Pacala as they look to slow it down and get a clean breakout. Morgan Parrott's able to control it here over the red line and get that one in the zone for a Salve change. It's going to be Dermody, the lone white shirt, pressuring here as Salve's changing their legs, and it's Campo who's now going to work it out. Campo loses her footing in a bit of a battle there with Kincaid, who's been good so far tonight. But it's back in Elmira possession as Smith controls behind her own net, looking for a clean breakout. She's able to sidestep two white shirts with some speed and dish it on past Sarah Bush deep into the zone. And now it's Elmira back the other way, looking to set up here. Salve's going to be able to corral on the wall there. Kincaid not quite able to get a hand on it as it's back to the Elmira blue line. Audit's going to dish that one into the zone. She was just over the red line, and it's off the pad of Hannafin for no icing. As Sterling looks to change the ice here. Walking in the zone here for Elmira. Looks like Waskalevich. She's going to retreat back to the point as there's a couple purple shirts there fighting for possession. But it's going to be Salve who comes out with it. Thrown back on the net there by Waskalevich.
A good stick save by Hannafin there.
And it's Matson behind the net. Extra skater for Elmira seems to be getting a lot of ice tonight. Potentially based on an injury. We'll have to wait and see. But it's a puck battle on the wall here. It's going to be Lugie in front. She's going to look to corral, and we have a arm up from the stripes. Looks like it's going to be a Salve Regina penalty there first of the night. So we'll look to see who heads to the sin bin. Looks like it's going to be Taylor Sterling, one of the most physical defenders for your Salve Seahawks. Playing top pair minutes tonight with Sarah Bush, who retreats to the bench as Salve's PK unit is going to be seen for the first time tonight.
Yeah, Esposito on the faceoff for Salve. Be a huge win here.
Bit of a scrum here as Esposito is able to win that one back for her team. Drevich looking to corral this one. She's pressured by a few purple shirts. As Elmira has it back behind the net. That one's dished up to the hash marks to Goleniak, who's going to look to slow it down. Up top to Manning, who's going to go back to Goleniak. She might look to fire, but opts to dish it off over the slot. And that one's right through the slot there.
Yeah, and a great look on that pass, but nobody there to receive it.
Here's Manning over to Goleniak on the wall. She's going to look to make a toe drag move past Esposito. Not quite able to do so there, as Esposito has been great defensively tonight. Kuberger's going to look to slow it down here for Elmira, as Salve was able to get a clean icing. And they're going to switch their legs. Here comes Ileana Smith up the boards here. She's going to look to dish that one off to the middle of Savannah Barber, excuse me. And now it's over on the wall for Goleniak. She's going to throw that one up to the blue line for Manning, who might offer a shot. Back to Goleniak. She's going to dish that one off to Smith. And it's Barber who's going to control it here now. Manning not quite able to corral the passes. They're going to have to set back up here. Looks like Goleniak going to dish it off over to Smith.
Oh, and Pereira gets a huge block there with her stick.
And then Schmidt again here on the far hash marks. She's looking to dish out one back door. Fired there, and a big save for Hannafin on a backdoor opportunity for Erica Goleniak, who's been great all night on offense for Elmira.
Yeah, and a huge opening came, and Hannafin able to slide back and close it up just in time.
She's been great all night. As Elmira is going to walk back over the blue line, they're going to look to dish it off to the slot. Another save there for Hannafin, and it's a quick whistle to the displeasure of the Elmira College Soaring Eagles bench, as that one was not in possession of Taylor Hannafin, but blown dead quickly by the Stripes here, as they might have to talk.
Yeah, and Sophie Gregory not happy about that one for Elmira. She thought play should have resumed, but I think it was a little bit of contact with the goalie there.
Just 13 seconds here left in the Salve Regina penalty kill, as Elmira is looking to get something going. David Lund's looking to get loud here on the Salve bench. Let them know it's going to be 5-on-5 in 2 seconds. There it is, as Sophia Gregory is looking to dish this one off to the wall. They're going to fire it in front, but it's not quite going to go there from Anna Lugi. And it's Esposito, one of Salve's captains, coming quickly over the red line. Good move over the blue line. And she's going to have to scrum in the corner a bit here. She lost her hand moving through the slot. Good work here from Gina Richard. Very physical on that wall there against Conger. And it's now deep again into the zone here for Elmira, as they're going to look for a breakout. It's Doherty. That one's broken up there by McKenzie, as there's a bouncing puck going back to Sterling now. She's going to go D to D here to Bush. Bush looking to get this one off the wall. Wasn't quite able to get her first pass there, and it's going to be McBride working quickly back into the zone. She might look in front to the slot for Madsen, but off to the point for Conger. She's going to throw that one over to Audit, who's pressured by Wroblewski, one of Salve's quickest forwards here tonight. And it's a white shirt who's going to corral back behind their own net. It's Samantha McKenzie looking for a clean breakout to Wroblewski. She is able to control that one the way she wanted to, but not able to get past Audit the way she wanted to. It's Pereira who's going to look to break in the zone, but she is tripped up on the blue line by Elmira. A very obvious and quick call there for the Stripes, as they are going to send Elmira to the box. That is Bree Conger, her first penalty of the night. And Salve is going to go to their second power play.
Yeah, and the call will be tripping. So right after Salve escapes the power play from Elmira, they get their own.
Yeah, looking to hopefully gain a little bit of momentum here, the Seahawks, as this has been a far more evenly matched second period. Lots of neutral zone play, as we'll see if Salve can get a clean win on this faceoff. That one's looked to be pushed out by Elmira, but controlled by Drevich. And thrown up to Wroblewski. Wroblewski back over to Drevich, and she's going to look in the slot for Pereira, who's not quite able to get a hand on it. It's going to be Waskalevich who's going to push that one all the way down beyond the Salve goal line, as Hannafin's going to slow it up there for Emma Pereira. Drevich is looking to corral it here, but that one's off the skate of an Elmira player, Sophie Campo. And now it's Elmira who's going to back this one into the zone. Manning there with a little dump. And it's a foot race here. Drevich able to win that one and hoping to slow it down here. with Reese Pereira as she works that one out of the zone. She's going to find Bryn Gardner, who's able to catch that pass cleanly and work through the zone. She's looking to make a little dipsy-doodle move past a purple shirt, but opts to get off the ice instead. That one's corralled there by Sterling. McKenzie going to opt for her backhand and push deeper in the zone as she fires one. That one's just left wide of the net. Almost looked like it would have caught the blocker of Kuberger, but not quite able to. As it's Esposito below the goal line now. She's going to look to make a pass in front, but that one's sticked away. And Elmira is quickly going to go for a change. Salve's bench is pretty loud about that as they're looking to push it back up quickly, but not quite able to do what they wanted to there as Manning controls it. Lots of physical contact in the neutral zone here tonight as we had two shirts, one purple, one white, both lose their footing on what looks like a body check. But we'll see Sterling corral this one here. Little backhand to McKenzie, who's going to get that one deep in the zone. As Parrots and Esposito are breaking quickly on the forecheck, they're going to be able to pressure Manning, who throws it up past the Salve bench. No icing is the call from the blue line stripes, as there was some contact there on the wall.
Salve looking 10 seconds left in the power play. Now or never.
As they dump this one in the zone here. It's going to be Dermody working the wall there. That one comes back up top to Dumman, who's going to offer a DDD pass. It's Pakala who takes that one off the skate. She's able to fight a few purple shirts, slow this one down a little bit, not quite fully as it looks to be a 2-on-1 here. Walking into the zone, but a big save there for Taylor Hannafin. If she's able to swallow that one up, as it was McBride working in on her glove side, but not quite able to fire the way she wanted to there.
You know, Mira's power kill unit did a great job there, not allowing Salve to really get too much pressure on them.
Almost forgot it was a power play there,
yeah.
Nick, as it was definitely very evenly matched there. Elmira definitely looking to claw their way back into this game.
Yeah, you know, like you said, 2-goal lead, worst lead in hockey, and still about half game left to play as we're halfway through this second period.
And it's deep in the Elmira zone now. It's Sophie Gregory who's going to look to backhand this one over to her defense partner, Gabby Doherty. She's going to throw that one up there. It's a clean pass as we have a quick 2-on-0 here. It's McBride and Goliniak. McBride's going to opt to shoot that one off the pad of Hannafin, who's able to control her rebound. Looks like there was a few sticks in there. And it's going to be a Salve possession in the corner now. Kincaid's going to look to throw that one up to Donahue. It's Salve's fourth line out here on the ice now. And it's Simcox working the wall, but it's controlled by Elmira here as it's back to Sophie Gregory. She's played with some fire tonight off the blue line. And she's going to dish that one up to Goliniak. She has a cutter looking in front. It's Toole, but that one's interrupted by Emma Pereira. And it's a quick breakout for Salve. Opting for a harder pass there was Drevich, able to be tipped down by McKenzie, and no icing. Audit's going to look to throw that one over to her defense partner. They're not quite able to go as it's corralled there by Bush. Top of the point. She's going to walk if they give her the ice. Takes a little bit too much, and now she's fighting behind the net here. A couple purple shirts as she's outnumbered, and they're going to throw it up the wall here to Savannah Barber. Through the middle there to Matson. And she's going to try to be interrupted by Richard, excuse me. And a shot wouldn't go there for Elmira. Conger is going to look to throw that one into the slot for Matson, who's not quite able to get a tip on it. Here comes Bryn Garner. She's going to dish that one off to Wroblewski as they come over the Elmira blue line, but not quite able to corral it. It's Schmidt going the other way. Now Barber quickly in the slot. She's going to make a simple move around Bush, but not quite able to get enough oomph on that shot the way she wanted to.
Yeah, and a good stick move there, but can't get a clean look. This one exits the zone. Sterling finds Esposito.
She's going to work it up here, deep into the zone as Salve goes for a bit of a change here. It's going to be Manning behind the net. She's working that one up to Schmidt. She's going to throw that one through the neutral zone. Not quite able to corral it was Elmira, but now they have it again. It's Schmidt walking over the blue line. She has some speed. She's going to make a quick move to the outside. That's a backhand shot for a big rebound. And that one's not quite going to go there as Sophia Campo was not able to get a backhand on it. And now it's Morgan Parrots back the other way. A little bit of body contact in the middle of the ice there. Salve's going for a change. No call on that one as Elmira's going to work it back up the far boards. Little dish off there to Goliniak. She's been good on offense tonight. She's going to dish that one off. Over the slot. Fires there.
Another save by Hannafan.
A beautiful pad save there by Hannafan on a shot from MK Boyle. And it looks like we may have an offsides here. All the white shirts heading to the bench, laboring here after a tough shift. Salve very thankful to be able to get some fresh legs, as it looks like.
And that's going to be a body check penalty on the captain, Elena Toole. So Salve going to have another power play opportunity here.
It's going to be Pereira here on the face-off, as we have Salve's second unit here looking to give them a spark. Wroblewski's going to throw that one back to the point. It's Emma Pereira looking to corral. She's going to opt to turn around here as there's a few too many bodies in front. She's going to dish it off to her sister, Reese Pereira, who's going to work the top of the circle. Dish it back off to Emma. Back to the back door, looking for Wroblewski, who's not quite able to get a stick on it. And that one's back in front here, looking for Pereira, interrupted by Matson, but it's Wroblewski looking to take another shot, and that one's not going to go, as that one is dished out of the zone there by Lenzen. Hannafin going to slow this one back here for Jennifer Drevich. She's going to dish that one off casually to Reese Pereira, who's interrupted at the top of a circle there by Schmidt, who loses her footing. But it's Salve's other captain, Emma Pereira, pushing into the zone here. Kuberger looking to give some help here as it slips by her stick and is back deep into the Salve zone. We have a cutter here for Elmira, but it looks like it's going to be offsides, unfortunately.
Yeah, smart move to just lay off of that.
And it's Elmira who's going to just slap that one into the Salve zone here. Gabby Doherty looking to just slow things up a little bit, but Salve's quickly back the other way despite it. Sarah Bush is going to work that one into the zone. That's a defenseman behind the goal line there. She's hard on the forecheck. She's got some help from Richard and Esposito. And it's Taylor Sterling waiting on the red line as her D partner was far in the zone, but she's able to corral that one there, give it back to her D partner, Sarah Bush, who works it into the zone. Elmira with a big slap shot just around the boards there, looking to get it out and save some time on this PK. Salve not quite able to get any sustained pressure in the zone here, as they might have liked to on this power play, as we drip down to 15, 14 seconds here. Here comes Dermody through the offensive zone. She's by herself and loses her footing on what may have looked like a trip, but it's Pacala who's going to control that. Back deep into the Elmira zone. It's Katie Manning who's just going to fire that one back off to Pacala, almost as if they're playing pass. And it's Dermody who's going to look to get past Audit here, but it's controlled by Manning. Manning's going to throw that one up over the red line. It's Toole cutting through the offensive or neutral zone, sorry. And lots of back and forth here for both teams. Goliniak going to be able to backhand that one over the blue line. Not quite able to go. And it looks like it may have went up into the Elmira bench here, as we have a whistle.
So with that, just under 5 minutes to play. Elmira's power kill unit does it again, but they are looking to get on the board.
Certainly, as they have some offensive zone pressure here. That one's a shot from Waska Levic off the point, not quite able to make it its way to Hannafin. And it's a bit of a battle here. Waska Levic is going to opt to fire again. That one is casually gloved by the freshman, Taylor Hannafin, who has been solid tonight for the Seahawks. Another defensive zone faceoff here to the glove side of Hannafin. Ileana Smith and Reese Pereira, your draw takers for Elmira and Salve respectively. And it's Waska Levic on the point here. She's going to opt to fire one again. Couple good shots from her on the point tonight, but that one's just wide. And it's Lenzen looking to work it deep into the zone. That one's going to careen off the far boards and make its way to the wall there. As Waska Levic is looking to keep it in. She's pressured by a few white shirts, but here comes Reese Pereira over the blue, red line, and opposing blue line with some speed. She's going to dish that one off to her sister Emma, who goes D to Jennifer Drevich. She's going to offer a shot. Traffic in front there, and they score! Salve Regina with their third goal of the night off a point shot from Jennifer Drevich, able to maybe get a stick in front there. Wroblewski the first in the handshake line, as it looks like it might have been her second goal of the night.
Yeah, and that's a huge goal there. Salve getting the pressure on him. Drevich able to get the stick on it.
And it's past Kuberger there as Salve and their bench is back with a little bit of life here. And David Lund is very happy with Emily Wroblewski after her second goal of the night.
Yeah, and they sure are fired up. Coming to this game, Elmira, one of the best women's hockey programs in the country. For Salve to come out strong like this, exactly what you need at home when you get the opportunity.
Exactly. A great performance so far for Salve, especially after a high-pressure early first period for them. But they have been able to swing momentum their way after a few good goals and some sustained offensive pressure here in the second period. Now it's going to be Salve again here in the offensive zone, keeping up this theme of pressure that they've had since about halfway through the first. Sunshine Clark in the corner here. She's looking to corral that one, but it's going to be chased down by MK Boyle here. She's going to opt to glass that one up the wall as Elmira is showing signs of lack of breakouts as Salve was early. But it's Sophie Gregory who's going to look to corral this one. She's in the neutral zone and dishes it off to Doherty, but that one's sticked away by Clark as a bouncing puck here is thrown up the near boards. Bit of a battle here in front of the timekeeper's box. They got a good view. Looks like a white shirt loses their footing, and there's going to be an arm up from the referees here. We'll have to wait and see who that one's going to go on. Looks like a body check penalty here for number 24, Sophie Gregory. She's going to argue with the stripes here, but he seems pretty certain that it was her who knocked down Sunshine Clark there. Looks like her teammate Gabby Matson might have been battling to get in the box there as opposed to Gregory, who's been an important second-pair defenseman all night for Elmira.
Yeah, and like you said, somebody else tried to get in the box, not even sure who it was on. But Elmira getting a little sloppy here later in the game.
Looks like
they're trying to get scrappy, and these penalties are adding up.
Yeah, they're a bit on their heels here as Salve has been putting a lot of consistent pressure on them and just playing their game, calm, cool, and collected after that first half of the first period. Reese Pereira is going to look for Brent Gardner here, who's not quite able to get a hand on that one as it's deep into the Elmira zone. Two hard forecheckers for Salve seem to be a little preemptive as Elmira is able to easily dish it out. Through the neutral zone here is a pass from Drevich. A few Salve skates look to get a hit on that one, but not quite able to as it's back deep into their zone. And Elmira has stood tall here as we're just over halfway through the power play. Just over 2 minutes to go here in the second period as Jennifer Drevich is going to look to work that one out, but she's pressured by Elmira. They're going to look in front for the slot. Schmidt opts for the sneaky shot there, but it's just over both the shoulder of Hannafin and the net.
And Elmira's been looking for the top of the net. A lot of these shots just missing high. So they're knocking on the door.
We'll have to see if Salve can keep it closed here. Esposito's going to work this one down in the zone. She's going to look to fire that one in front. Couple big saves here from Kuberger as the puck's loose. And that one is going to be backhanded out there by Schmidt into the high netting. No change, the Stripes calls towards Elmira bench.
Yes, that puck went out of play.
Defensive zone face-off here for Elmira to the blocker side here of Kuberger, as they are going to look to finish off the last 30 seconds of this penalty kill strong. Here's Manning behind her own net. She's going to dish that one up the boards. And it is past Sarah Bush and Taylor Sterling here as there's a foot race. Looks like Schmidt's going to lose a glove and go into the boards there. And it's Dermody on the wall. She's going to look to walk through the zone. She's going to lose her footing as she runs into a purple shirt. And it's Bacala here now. She's going to get that one deep in the zone despite some pressure from McBride on her back. And now it's Salve here. They're going to look to maybe throw this one in the slot. It's Sunshine Clark working behind the net. She's going to dish that one up top to Bacala, but not quite a clean pass there as that one's just to the right-hand side of Bacala. Here's Goliniak in the corner, battling through a few white shirts and an Elmira glove, as Morgan Peretz is not quite able to corral that one in the neutral zone. Here comes the captain for the Soaring Eagles, Toole. She's working the side hash marks there. She's going to look to throw it in front, but that one's off the bottom bar of the net there. As it's another chance here for Elmira. Goliniak stopped up there by a stick and pad of Hannafin, who's been solid so far tonight.
And Hannafin doing a good job keeping the legs closed and hugging the net, or the post, mind you.
Done exactly what she's need to for Salve tonight. It's Goliniak with a big chance in front. Another big pad save on that right pad for Taylor Hannafin. A rebound there, but her guys have been solid all night on defense, able to clear that one out into the corner as we have just over a second here left in our second period. That is 2 frames of hockey here for Elmira College and Salve Regina.